Alright everyone, welcome back to the Witcher Enhanced Edition Part 9. So, looking back at the previous part of my quest journal, I realized I was stupid, and the reason the drowners weren't spawning was because I haven't talked to Luvarden yet, so we're going to go ahead and do that. Yeah, I was running around the whole time, and then after I ended the recording, I realized because I was tired, I wasn't paying attention, and realized I never spoke to Luvarden to start the quest to begin with.
Yes?
I heard creatures threaten the transport of goods.
Yes, I assume you're not asking for curiosity's sake.
I'm hoping someone will pay for their removal.
I may. The dog by the swamp is crucial to my business. The creatures have caused me losses.
What are the beasts like?
Drowners. They emerge at night, destroying goods and murdering carriers. I'll pay 400 orens to be rid of them.
A pleasure doing business.
Indeed.
Farewell. Take
time. Ready.
how many?
A new customer. Come aboard.
Alright, now let's sleep till midnight, and they should spawn, we can kill them, and then we can turn in all these contract quests.
New customer. Come aboard.
Oh, okay. It already counted the fact that I killed them. Alright, so much for that.
The water's seaman sit.
I'm not doing the swamps as efficiently as I'd like to.
Good sir. Do you need a boat?
Take
Some. Ready to.
I wouldn't.
Yes?
The dock is safe now.
I knew you'd do it. Here's your payment.
Thanks.
Yes?
Farewell.
Whew, hard day.
Now we're gonna go ahead and turn in the contract for the gardener, Siegfried, and then give the head of the Arcaspor to the guard captain.
Oh, life.
Geralt, I was wondering if you'd care to join the Order.
hadn't really thought about it. I'm here about the notice.
I suspected it would interest you. Have you proof of slaying 10 drowners?
Here are their tongues.
Wait, I must record this. 10 drowners. Good. Here's your gold.
Growing beautifully. Look how they grow.
I'm here about the notice.
You look like a warrior. Care to kill Equinops for me?
I finished that and have proof.
Excellent. Here's your gold.
What is it, Witcher?
I killed the Archospore in the swamp. I have proof.
What the hell is this? Huh. The hideous things that roam this earth. That's 400 Oren's reward.
See ya.
Okay, we've pretty much narrowed down most of our quests here. We just got a few more left, but the swamps will still probably throw quite a bit at us. Now we get to have fun and run all the way back to the docks again. If there's one thing I could change about this game, it'd be a faster way to get to and from places. While I can accept that there's no fast travel, there's just the fact that, in my opinion, Geralt just moves too slowly with the amount of times and you have to walk from place to place. Which is why I'm glad in the third game they added a horse and the ability, there was some fast travel, but you could only fast travel at signposts, you couldn't just do it from wherever you were. Which I think is a nice compromise.
Be alert!
Interesting.
Be alert!
Trench
Take me.
time. Ready.
How many?
A new customer. Come aboard. What do you want?
I'll find you later.
Anyone seeking to cross?
Who are you?
A witcher.
Well, well. I thought Leo Bonhart had disposed of your kind.
Never heard of him.
Nor will you again. We all, in this profession, eventually meet someone better than us.
What profession is that?
Bounty hunter. What brings you here?
Who was Bonhart?
Old Leo was a legend. In some ways, he was like you. He killed without emotion. Just like you would kill a lame drowner. He was the best. Tall, slim, and one gaze from those empty eyes could break a man.
Was he a mage?
No. He slew some witchers. Those who riled the peasants. Magic tricks and witchers' reflexes proved useless against him.
But he's dead. As they say, he hit a harder rock than he was himself.
Yes. Take care, Witcher.
Farewell.
So that there was a reference to a character from the books, Leo Bonhart. He was fairly important in the books in regards to what happened with Geralt and all the other major characters in the books. So this fun character right here is Gramps. He has two side quests associated with him. First one is he wants you to escort him to his house, but along the way he won't lead you there. He's talking over me. I'll step back a little bit. He won't lead you there. He'll essentially become your companion, but if you lead him to all the different major areas around the swamp, he will tell you about it, make some interesting comments, and you get experience every time you do it. So if you want to maximize the amount of experience you get out of him, you can take him all over the place, and he'll have a little conversation with you.
Nothing beats meat. Hello, son.
I'm not your son, Gramps.
You guessed my name. They call me Gramps around here.
They call me all kinds of things. Mostly Geralt, or Scabbed Freak.
Well, people exaggerate. I don't see many scabs. No offense.
None taken. But I'm likely to earn some trekking through this swamp.
Yes?
I'm looking for work.
Ah, swords. I suspect I know the type of work you seek. Perhaps you could escort me to the chapel for my prayers. I'm old and no longer good at driving monsters off with my staff.
I was thinking about paying work, but all right, I'll take you there.
Enough! I've had enough!
When you fight enemies, Gramps will occasionally just run away, and you gotta go get him to come back to you.
These boggy holes must be clay pits.
Enough! I've had enough! Enough! Clay pits. This is where those lunatics work.
Huh. They look normal to me.
Brickmakers pretend to be normal to strangers, yet they conceal their faith. Do you know those dimwits worship fish people?
People believe in the strangest things.
Yeah, but to worship slime-covered reptiles with bulging eyes. Those Vodyanoi can't even talk. You must communicate with them using objects.
Care to elaborate?
Humans communicate with fishoids by leaving objects on special altars. Each item has specific symbolic meaning and is read as an intention. The Vodyanoi answer in the same manner.
What kind of objects?
Dunno, and I don't care. You need to speak with one of the worshippers. But brickmakers don't divulge their knowledge to potential blasphemers. Enough! 3 islands, they call this place. A plant called celandine flourishes here.
You know about herbs?
Well, I'm no herbalist, but I read much in my youth. For example, 2 doses of celandine combined with nasen salts produces a bomb that instills magic fear.
Useful.
Hordes of Bloodsweegers inhabit the swamp. If you can get 2 doses of their blood, mix it with abomination lymph and echinops spores, you create a potion that druids call Maribor Forest.
Know any other uses for herbs?
Damnable old age. I may remember later. There you're getting old, Gramps.
Enough!
A cave entrance.
I rarely go near that cave. It's the lair of wild dogs.
Wild dogs in the swamp?
The hounds feed on carrion, though they rarely scorn fresh meat. I heard them howl at night as they hunt in packs.
I had a bad dog experience recently. Think I'll skip visiting the cave.
A tale may change your mind. Local legend claims the tomb of a famous Vran warrior lies in the deepest parts of the cavern. Some say a vast treasure lies with him.
Treasure?
Folks tell the strangest tales, all varying, save for one point.
What's that?
All who sought the treasure vanished.
Who are the Vrans?
Were, for they're nearly extinct. Well, I know little about them. Not even where they accumulated treasures.
Let's move on.
Enough! Come on, enough!
It's always funny doing this, having stopping combat just to have a conversation. There's just a giant echinop or a drowner just standing there staring at you, waiting for you to finish your conversation.
Enough! Come on, enough!
Come on, Gramps. Just have to do the Druid Grove and the Mage's Tower, then we can take him back to the shrine. Over here are the Lumberjacks. We'll be doing quests for them later.
Huge trees, strange symbols, tamed beasts, even a dryad. This must be the Druid's Grove.
Your medallion senses magic. Oh, no wonder it quivered. We're near a place of power.
Tell me about places of power.
Roaming the world, you'll happen upon them occasionally. Ordinary folk won't sense them, but those versed in magic draw energy from places of power.
How can I draw power?
You need to be trained, like sorcerers are, for instance. Druids also have their ways. I'm surprised you ask. Well, certainly you were trained to draw power.
What besides training would I need to absorb power?
Well, you mentioned your medallion, so I presume you're no sorcerer. You employ simple tricks instead of practicing the art, And the medallion should help you.
That's it?
Well, mages, ecologists and druids dispute the nature of places of power. They disagree about energy's renewability, nature's corruption. Some say the power's depleted and must be conserved. Others claim sorcerers have earned the privilege to absorb it and find nature's balance to be a mere catchphrase.
And what's the truth?
Well, who knows? Though in fact sources must regenerate after they're tapped. A day must pass before they can yield power again.
Interesting. But let's go.
We lost Gramps again. Oh, there he is. Just gonna go ahead and aggro everything here and then get it all in a pile and kill it.
Looks like this tower collapsed on its own. I guess the swamp's not the best place
Enough.
for buildings this big.
And we got our... which level up is this? Level 22.
Enough! I've had enough!
on the other bank stands the famous Mage's Tower. None have entered since its builder parted from this world.
Someone misplaced the key?
The tower only opened when the Sephiroth were placed on the pillars of the Tree of Life, and plus the sentry guarded it.
Sephiroth and pillars?
The pillars are positioned throughout the swamp. The doors open when the Sephiroth, runic stones, are united with their corresponding pillars.
Complicated way to open a door.
Indeed, the Mage was obsessed, dedicated to his passion. He wanted only those who understood to gain access. Well, I'm not sure what all the Tree of Life business means.
What was this wizard doing?
Investigating the mystery of life, seeking to animate the inanimate. He created golems, including the greatest of them, the Sentry.
What's this sentry?
Oh, one of the Mage's golems, made of clay, but given the attributes of life. Those wishing to enter the tower must pass the sentry first.
You're beginning to sound like a mystic. Just the facts, please.
There are few. I know only that the sentry stands in the golem burial ground near the tower.
You seem to know a lot. Where'd you get this information?
And folk talk, I listen. Sephiroth, pillars and all.
Enough. Let's go.
So this is where our showdown will inevitably be, but we're not ready yet for that. So we're going to continue on, take Gramps back to his place. You really start to hate drowners after this.
Enough! How about enough?
Here we are. Thank you, son.
I'm not your son.
I like you. Visit me sometime. I'll show you my books, serve you some tea, and goulash. You're a witcher, yes? I met another of your kind recently, but he lacked courtesy. He demanded to know about the Circle of Elements.
Another witcher? What can you tell me about him?
Well, not much, son. He wanted about asking questions, and looking like one with a sour stomach.
I'm not so interested in that.
Yeah, I know. He feared something, or someone. Spent most of his time near the pits where those village idiots burrow in clay.
Thanks, Gramps. That helps.
Okay, and that's one annoying escort quest done. Thankfully he can't actually die, but there is a problem where if you're escorting him and you go through an area transition, it'll break the quest. And when you transition back out of the area, he will have gone back to the docks. And if you try to talk to him again, you can't finish the quest, which is very annoying, so don't ever do that. You do get some decent experience from it just for walking around and listening to an old man talk, so. So this here is the Brickmaker Village. You can run around and loot everything to your heart's content. And there's an old brickmaker. I think it's this one right here. You can talk to him and he'll give you the rundown on the swamp and everything, where everything is. But since I've already beaten this game like 10 million times, I already know where everything is, so I don't need that. So I'm going to go ahead and run around and loot real quick. There's also a woman here who, if you either give her 50 gold, or if you give her a shawl or a honeycomb, I believe, she'll tell you about the plants in the area and how to pick them. But since we've been reading all the books we've been buying, it's not necessary, but if you feel like saving money, you can go ahead and do that. And then here's Vaska. She's the, I guess you'd call the village elder, and she's your point of contact for any quests with the brickmakers, pretty much.
A traveller from distant lands. He has lost something he now seeks.
What shall I call you?
Vaska, the village eldress.
Geralt. Witcher. What do the villagers do?
We mine clay and produce bricks.
I see none working.
Hard times. Speak. What do witchers do?
We solve problems.
Want to ask something?
Has another witcher been here? Berengar?
He has, asking different questions about those alchemies. The alchemist Kolkstein must have sent him. Then we happened upon his gear in a clay pit, covered in blood.
Thanks, Vaska.
White-haired one. There were signs of fighting there, and not with monsters. He was attacked by men. Beware of flaming lizards and dry ones. I need you alive.
Do you have monster problems?
Indeed. Creatures have made nests in the clay pits.
What are they like?
As if drowned, then resurrected.
Drowners. I can finish them.
We're poor folks. I can pay no more than 50 orens.
That's enough. Where are they?
Towards the landing, but take the other road at the fork. At its end you'll spot our tormentors. Aminum gual eth. Want to ask something?
What do you do here?
We mine clay to form bricks we bake in ovens.
It's profitable?
No. Though the city grows in need of bricks, the carriers and merchants snatch most of our profit.
Maybe you should move.
Never. We know only brick making.
Do what you will.
Want to ask something?
Kalkstein, an alchemist, claims you know about the mage from the tower and the guard.
A powerful sorcerer once lived in the swamp, an apprentice his only companion. All changed when a woman entered his life.
A fairy tale beginning.
But the end differs, for a wicked woman she was. He fulfilled all her wishes and she took advantage of his might.
Who was she?
Unimportant.
I'm listening.
Blind love spelled the mage's demise. He called upon forces he could not control and died.
What about the guard?
The mage's lover could tell fortunes, and the mage created a deck of extraordinary tarot cards. He illustrated a future event on each card.
And?
Golems guarded the mage's dwelling. Those spared the ravages of time survive at the cemetery, where they remain motionless.
One of them is the guard?
Yes, the most powerful golem acted as sentry. The tower card depicts how the golem can be revived. In turn, this will open the tower anew. Take this card. I no longer need it.
So she's been pretty helpful. She has started I believe the Sentry quest. Yeah, she started the Sentry quest with us, Clay Pits, and she told us that Berengar got into a fight with some men over at the Clay Pits, so Clay Pits looks like that's where we're going next. You can also buy miscellaneous items from her. She'll let you sleep in her house, and I believe if you still need to play another amateur, you can play her at dice, but since we're already good on that, we don't have to. Okay, I killed most of the drowners on the first run through with Gramps, so that wasn't too hard. Then again, drowners are never that hard. So, came over here to where Baska told us to, and we found a mutilated corpse that appears to be Berengar, so we unfortunately have to assume that he is dead. And that pretty much closes Berengar's Secrets quest. And we'll let Vesemir know next time we see him.
Want to ask something?
I've killed the drowners.
You showed us mercy, yet I deceived you. I can offer no money, but you cannot leave unrewarded. Take this amulet. It's Kezath, the symbol of mercy.
Will do.
Wonderful. Now we prepare for the coming of the lords.
Who are these lords?
We worship them and receive the grace of those from the eternal deep.
I keep thinking of the fish people, Vodyanoi.
How dare you! Those names offend the lords.
Okay, she gave us another Sephiroth that we were missing, and now all the villagers are going to come in and start doing their praying thing for the Vodyanoi. Yeah, they're all going to come in here and just pray to the statue.
The Water Lords and I.
I'm going to go ahead and level up here. Let's see, go ahead and pick up +5 armor. That never hurts. And let's go with some more dexterity. And can't spend any more bronze talents until we pick up some more signs.
Nothing to do.
So to avoid having to do the long walk back to Kalkstein to talk to him about the sentry, we're just going to go ahead and use a place of power, and we're going to teleport to his basement. It's only a one-way trip though, so we'll have to take the ferry back to get there, but it's still better than having to run all the way back to the dock, take the ferry, do the cutscenes, run back to his house and all that. If he's even in his house. Oh, there he is, walked right by him.
About the tower.
Yes?
Vasca helped me locate the tower tarot card. It describes how to wake the sentry.
Let's see this card. Interesting. Much depends on interpretation, but I think I understand. Alchemists find it easier to understand other alchemists.
Enlighten me.
The sentry can only be woken if it's near the tower, which it is, and by using a lightning rod.
A lightning rod?
The drawing depicts a man in a crown, a reference to King Herman the Mad.
Don't digress, Kalkstein.
You'll need a device that attracts and conducts lightning. Put plainly, a solid metal rod. A good smith should be able to forge one for a decent price.
What next?
Yes, we'll need a thunderstorm, but I have no idea how to make Mother Nature cooperate.
I'll think of something.
When you have everything, attach the lightning rod to the sentry. Energy from the lightning bolt will revive the golem.
What next?
No idea, but you'll manage. If you kill the golem, you'll be able to make a rare potion requiring his heart. Here's the formula.
We'll see. How do I get to the swamp?
Through the...
What then?
Yes.
Dang.
Sorry, I didn't mean to hit that one. So, depending on who you're friendly with, you either go to the Order Smith or the Dwarven Smith. I think at this point in the story, I go to the Dwarven one, but I'm not sure. We'll find out. One of them will make a lightning rod for you.
Need something?
Will you sell me your wares?
Zoltan praised you.
Would you make me a lightning rod? A long metal...
I know what one is. We used them in Mahakam, when humans still prayed to storms. You haven't learnt much about lightning rods since.
Can you make a lightning rod?
Are you trying to offend me, or can't you control what you say? I can, for 50 orens.
Deal.
Come back later.
And remember in this game, when they say come back later, that means walk through a loading screen, and then immediately walk right back through.
Need something?
The lightning rod?
It's ready. 50 orens.
50 orens, like we agreed.
Alright, now all we need to do is find a way to make a lightning storm happen, and you know what that means? Gotta talk to the druids. While we're here, I think I'll run over and dump some stuff at the Hairy Bear Tavern and make a cat potion too, because we're gonna have to go into the swamp cave.
Connections are everything. If he wants snow from me, he should Damn it!
this messenger transformed into a floating...
Like the look of me?
Transport services at the best prices.
Take me to the other
time.
How many?
Good sir. Do you need a boat?
Gonna run into Vasquez's house real quick, craft 2 potions, then we're gonna go ahead and run over to the cave.
Wonderful downpour.
And also pick up the Lost Lamb quest from her too.
The Water Lords and I.
Let's discuss a job.
Please help. One of our children is missing. The boy has always returned quickly until now.
Perhaps the water beast ate him.
Blasphemy. The druids must have him to transform into a dryad.
All right, I'll look for the boy.
It hath been foretold. Blessed waters shall pour down and the world consumed into the deep.
Nothing to do. What was
It
that?
hath been foretold. Blessed waters shall pour down and the world consumed into the deep.
And off to the cave we go. In here will just mostly be wolves for the most part. We'll need their pelts though for one of the final monster contracts, but not really a monster. And here's another one of the Sephiroth we need. And there's the Circle of Hanging Stones that gives you Quen. So Quen pretty much acts as a shield and will protect you from a certain amount of damage. It's alright as signs go, but most of the time I just end up spamming Ingi and Ard pretty much once I get them leveled up properly. There's not much in the back here besides the suet mushrooms, but all they do is give you whatever the green one is. I think that's a Rebus, and we already have plenty of that, so. That's pretty much all that's in here for now. Next chapter, this cave will become very important. I'm gonna go ahead and throw some of those bronze talent points into Quinn just for the heck of it. And next we're off to go and see the lumberjacks and do their quest.
Women.
I heard King.
So, talking to one of these lumberjacks, he will sell you some stuff. It's because he needs to go home to his family and he can't continue being a lumberjack. And it's some decent stuff, so you can go ahead and do it.
5,000 using. Listen, I've received news that my children in Vizima have fallen sick. I'd like to go back and be with them, but that means I wouldn't make enough for us to survive the winter. So I'd really like to sell some of my old stuff before I go. Interested?
Show me what you have.
Well, nothing special. A piece of red ore, a flask of alcohol and a silver ring I inherited from my father. I can throw in a formula for truly reliable hangover medicine. All this for only 200 orins.
So if you say that's too much once, he'll actually bargain down to 150. Which is also good.
That's too much.
Listen, I'm really in need. What would you say to 150 orins? So it's a deal?
Give my greetings to the children.
You can be sure I will.
God's bless.
So gave us a silver ring, some mead, red meteorite, and if you don't already have it, it gives you the recipe to make the Wives' Tear potions.
Who are you?
Geralt the Witcher, a friend.
And we'll see.
And you?
Yaren. I speak for the lumberjacks.
Can we talk?
Speak.
Any jobs for a Witcher?
Despite the danger, the beasts leave us alone.
So nothing?
Perhaps. For someone willing to take a risk.
I'm listening.
But the Begatic plant should be blooming in the swamp.
I understand it's valuable.
The drug it makes is. Collect some blossoms and we could both earn a little.
I wade through mud, face danger, then we split the profit?
You don't know what Begatip looks like, nor where to sell it.
Okay, let's play herbalist.
Great. Begatip blossoms look like red orchids. Clumps grow throughout the swamp. Sell them to the ferryman. Ask those living in the swamp if you can't find any.
I'll deliver the flowers to the ferryman as soon as I find them.
So we'll go ahead and pick up the Begatip blossoms while we're walking around, and then we're going to go and talk to the druids about pretty much everything. We gotta see if they got the kid from the village, the lightning rod. There's some more wolves back there we can kill. I think I need one more pelt for the contract.
What is it?
So this guy also sells one book that we can't find from the Dwarven Antiquary, and he's got it right here. Charge 600 for it though, but you know, more plants we can harvest, why not? And you can also get the formula for the Maribor Forest, which is always nice, especially if you love casting signs.
What is it?
I seek a boy missing from the Brickmakers' village.
I've not seen him.
The Brickmakers claim you changed children into dryads.
Fools! Only adults are accepted here. Children would only trouble us. As for dryads, ask them yourself.
I'm looking for Beggartick blossoms.
We can supply the herb at a reasonable price. Talk to the man who tends the holy oak.
Farewell.
Gonna go ahead and take out a few more wolves real quick. This will give us, which one is this? Yurden, which is, I know what it does in the third game, but in the second game, I'm not really sure what it does in this game, because I honestly never try it. Zone on the ground, damages, stuns, and weakens opponents. Okay, so we similar to the second and third game, but again, I've never used it the whole time I've played this game, so.
What is it?
You druids control nature's forces, right?
No, we cannot. Rather, we live by its rhythms.
You train wild animals, and you can stir up a storm?
No, I mean yes, but not by force.
Well, I need a tempest with thunder and lightning. Can you create one?
I can, but as I said...
I'll pay. Call it a donation toward the prevention of further devastation of the environment.
500 orens.
That's too much.
Things are getting more expensive, and we have to live somehow.
I'll come back when you change your mind.
So, we can pay him 500 to do the storm, but we don't need the storm yet, so I'm not going to do that. You need to talk to the Dryad here about the missing boy to see if they're trying to turn him into a Dryad. Where'd she go? There she is.
Windblade.
I seek a boy. The Brickmakers claim druids seized him to transform him into a dryad.
Only girls can be dryads, no boys here.
Just wanted to make sure.
I would show you where young dryads come from, but...
Yes?
I wish to remain faithful to the Brokilon tradition. We only take in men to procreate, and just the strong and agile. We want the girls born of their seed to inherit their father's fortitude.
I've been accused of many things, but lack of physical prowess is not among them.
I believe you. But the ritual requires a man to prove himself a skilled hunter. Bring me a wolf's pelt. You have proved yourself a skilled hunter. Yet one obstacle remains.
What's that?
Witchers are sterile. We dryads don't acknowledge intimacy without procreation.
Intimacy without procreation can be good.
How?
Sex relieves stress, improving body and mind.
We Dryads must be vigilant and agile to defend our home. And my body demands love.
Would you like to be with me?
Yes, for the day.
Come.
Okay, and there's another one, and that updates a Lost Lamb. Next we're going to go ahead and talk to Yavin over here, who represents the Scoia'tael in this area pretty much. He's, I guess, the leader.
Welcome to the Druid's Grove, traveler.
Greetings.
Marvelous place. I come here when I need to think, and the peacefulness helps clear my mind. Even a witcher is welcome here.
One more word about my accepting my otherness and finding the home I never had, and I'll cry like a baby.
Sarcasm only serves to expose your inhibitions.
Ooh, an elven psychoanalyst.
I spent decades among humans. I find your kind as complicated as the schematics of a flail.
Decades? Live that long among humans, you're bound to become more like them than you ever wanted to be.
Are you speaking from experience, Monster Slayer?
A sharp wit. I'm Geralt.
My name's Yavin.
Let's talk.
Yes.
I'm looking for witcher's work.
Then I'll ask you a favor. I need a letter delivered to Vizima, where I'm not welcome. As a witcher, you should find little difficulty tending to monsters on the way and avoiding trouble with the guards at the city gates.
Who's the letter to?
I'd be obliged if you could deliver it to Vivaldi, a dwarf living in town, and then return his reply to me.
I'll do it. I'm going to Vizima anyway.
Thank you.
Okay, so now that we started that quest, we're going to go ahead and go to, there's an island off in this direction that's full of wyverns that we can kill, and they'll have some stuff on them that we'll need for another quest later on in chapter 3, I think, and there's also a dead body over there with some good stuff on it. Yeah, even at level 22, these guys are still pretty painful. Just barely survived that one. So had we not finished all the wanted and suspect quests and everything in the previous chapter, this would have been another exonerating piece of evidence for Leuvarden, but the amount of experience would have gained would have been negligible since we had gotten everything else. So, but this is right here if you feel like actually going through and picking up every single piece of evidence before you finish up everything with the autopsy. And this right here is Harval. This is the best steel sword you're going to find. It's even better than the meteorite sword, which is why I said you should probably not bother making it, but I wanted to show it off anyways. But This is the best steel sword you'll find for a while. This wyvern meat will become important in the next chapter for a quest. This is all the bloodstained letter says that was on the guy's corpse. I'm gonna go ahead and find some more beggar tick, then we're gonna take that back with us, deliver it to the ferryman, talk to Vaska about the missing boy, and then we're gonna head back into town, do worth its weight in gold and a few other things.
Odd place. Looks like these giants froze mid-motion. Must have been some time ago.
This is where we'll be fighting the sentry golem later, once we get the lightning rod put in him and we summon the storm with the druids.
The Water Lords are nigh.
The druids didn't take your boy. If I find him, I'll see to his safe return.
The boy is gone. A warning to all. We must prepare.
Prepare for what?
The Water Lords are nigh.
Farewell.
It hath been foretold. Blessed waters shall pour down and the world consume.
Strangers rarely
Some
aid us.
treacherous
I'm
surprised.
surprised. More elves in the area. Perhaps you'd settle down here. Recently we celebrated a warrior for protection. A good omen. My father and grandfather baked bricks. No doubt.
Just seem unsettled.
What is it?
I'm here about the notice.
Finally. Got the hides?
I do. 10 wolf pelts.
Wonderful. the title of Royal Jägermeister will be mine. Else, I'll become a mercenary.
Farewell.
A new customer. Come aboard. What do you want?
Yaron sends his greetings. I have the herbs.
Finally.
Here, 5 beggar-tick blossoms, as agreed.
400 orens and give my best to Yaron.
I'll be sure to.
What do you want?
I'll find you later.
Okay, that should be about it for this episode. So next episode we'll head back into town, do some letter delivering, shuffle around some inventory things and such, and
Who wishes to cross?
that'll be about it. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.